undertake to do that.
Australian.
My Lords, following on from the question of the Noble Lord Brown of Ladyton, we're talking about a very high cost, both financially and in terms of resources, method of military defence. Is the government aware of the level of controversy in Australia about the AUKUS project? Concern about the secrecy of the initial signing, which the Australian Greens have described as reflecting a democratic deficit, the concerns about setting off a regional arms race, and about where it will leave Australian sovereignty and control over its own armed forces. And is the Noble Lady, the Minister, aware that Australia has twice previously signed up to have nuclear-propelled submarines and subsequently withdrawn from those projects? Is the government really taking added account of the political risks involved?
Well, the government lives in the same world as Australia, and Australia and the United Kingdom and the United States, along with many, many of our partners and allies, are very conscious that the level of threat confronting us is now virtually unprecedented, and we have to be equipped to deal with that. Now, I am not going to seek to speak on behalf of the Australian government. The Australian government obviously made an analysis of what it thought it required in its defence capability to enhance its ability to preserve the rule of law and order within that region, to ensure that international law is upheld by all parties and all countries. And I can only conclude that Australia came to the view that this would be a very sensible and valuable addition to its defence capability. And certainly, insofar as addressing the challenges to which I've just referred, this would seem to be a very sound decision on the part of the Australian government. It's not for me to comment on internal Australian politics, but the Prime Minister of Australia has been very clear, as was evidenced by his presence in America when this announcement was made on Tuesday, that this is a very important development for Australia and a very significant addition to the ability to address any threats or breaches of law which may arise in the region.
My Lords, this is a very